Welcome to Darnley Cyber Cafe. Coffee break time. Got a few minutes? This is an unscripted, raw podcast about my views and perspective on things that are going on in the world. Episode 79. The Deep A.I. Untruth. Now, today I want to talk about Microsoft VASA1, a lifelike audio drive talking faces that will unleash a flood of deepfake AI in the world to do really unholy things to the rest of us. Now, in mid-2024, Microsoft released a white paper, VASA1, spelled VASA-1, and this announces, and I quote, is capable of not only producing lip movements that are exquisitely synchronized with the audio, but also capturing a large spectrum of facial nuances and natural head motions that contribute to the perception of authenticity to liveliness. The core innovations include a holistic facial dynamics and head movement generation model that works in face latent space, and the development of such expressive and disentangled face latent space using videos, end quote. Did you get all that? I will also add, quote, our research focuses on generating visual effective skills for virtual AI avatars, aiming for positive applications. It is not intended to create content that is used to mislead or deceive. However, like other related content generation techniques, it could still potentially be misused for impersonating humans, end quote. Comment on that? No kidding. Understand that if you so let me put this in layman's terms for all that vegetable soup that I just said from quoting them. Basically, they can get a picture and it will look, breathe, blink, move its head, and talk exactly how they want it to look like. So basically meaning that anyone in online dating or employment or anything of the sort will have to reconsider what they're looking for. Now, this can really change the perception of reality and everything else like that. It's just so, how do I put this? It's just such a different way where we will be living in the next few years, because now we can't believe anything we read on the news. Now we can't believe everything we see on the internet. So this is the kicker here, people. It's just not okay. And I do embrace this technology because it can be helpful, especially if you're trying to generate a sort of AI vision. It kind of puts a face to it instead of just rogue text, stuff like that. There's a lot of AI generation. So in terms of potentially helping corporations create videos for their business, not having to hire an actual real person, you can use a picture of someone. It's just really going down that path. And one can say in terms of our movie industry that this could change that. Now that's many more years ahead, but it's coming. Okay. So we need to understand that the very basics of this fake AI and stuff like that. Now, in terms of cybersecurity spin to this, think about receiving a phone call in my past email message. What's wrong with me today? On my past, happy International Coffee Day, everyone, for October 1st. Sorry, I forgot to mention at the beginning of this podcast. You know, when you have a minute here, it's just something else. But I digress. Understanding that this will take a cybersecurity spin, obviously, because people can fake AI or can fake video pictures. What's wrong with me today? So the point here I'm trying to make is that people are going to be able to impersonate other people, basically. And it looks very, if you ever search for it on the internet, you can search Microsoft VASA1. Now, this is mainly in Asia, I'll point out, but really the technology is universal, regardless of where it's developed. So understanding that now there can be interactions with AI, and they very eloquently put that it's not meant to mislead or deceive, but we all know it's going to happen. We all know that's coming. So this is sort of a sort of pre-warning in terms of making sure that whoever you hear on the phone, if you see someone on FaceTime or through visual, that they may not necessarily be the people you're seeing on the internet. So this is just the beginning. There's a lot to be expected. So from my analysis, you can see things like neck, hair, shoulders, kind of does not look genuine. But if you actually look at these videos that they've produced with just the pictures turning it to a AI avatar or like a virtual avatar, you'll see how complex this can get. And it's not so easy. There's another software called Deep Face Live. This is a real-time deepfake software that allows users to swap faces in live video streams or pre-recorded videos using AI and machine learning. I actually saw this video. It was an older male, Asian male, posing to be a younger Asian female. And this individual was doing things such as eating, talking, looking around, doing different things. And this is very intriguing because, again, going back to what I said, is that it's very important to understand that this is something that's going to be used to manipulate people, for sure. Now, I keep saying online dating because this is a multi-million-dollar stream for people to take advantage of other people looking for love behind the computer screen because, some people live busy lives. They can't really go out and meet people the old way. So a lot of people are using online resources to meet people. And you can see how deceiving this could be if you apparently are talking to someone on your phone, behind the computer, and they look, act, feel, so to speak, like if someone's in front of you. They can do different movements. They're just basically superimposing one person's face on something else. So you can get a picture of this attractive lady and putting it on top of this not so attractive man, basically. And you can fool people. He was eating with chopsticks, stuff like that, which you would think the AI wouldn't be able to handle, but it handled it pretty well. It's very interesting. The next step to this is identity theft. So how do you verify somebody if they look like the person they're posing to be? So you see things such as banks who try to authenticate you using your voice. How easy is it for someone, even, for me, for example, to use my voice is all over the internet, for example, that they can just basically take a few minutes of my words and my voice and essentially use it to break into my bank account, for example. And, in this day and age, they may have all like my date of birth, my residence, etc., and then they have my voice, which they can use AI to basically manipulate what I say, how I say it, my vocal nuances to be able to break into my bank account. So there are other ways where cyber criminals can use that to do harm or to steal money or identity in certain ways for that specific reason. So going into the misinformation in the world, media and social media. Now, this is just going to blow up. Think about it. If you can pretend you're someone, let's say you're a big political figurehead, or if you are, I'm saying, for example, because it's all over the media today, Donald Trump, or with, any sort of U.S. Congress member, or Vladimir Putin, or any other major political figurehead, is if they take this and basically say, hey, we're going to attack the United States. We're going to send and let's pretend this is Vladimir Putin saying this, is we're going to defend our country. We're going to attack NATO. Right. And that's all over the internet. So just think about the misinformation on that, especially now when tensions are pretty high in the global landscape, or Xi Jinping in China saying, we're going to attack this. And then this kind of trickling through intelligence agencies, or especially social media. People are going to panic. People are going to say, oh, crap, this is Vladimir, or this is Z, or this is Trump or Biden or whoever saying these things, right? There is already a video out for Kamala Harris saying some pretty nasty things. And I don't care where you stand on the political spectrum. Misinformation, disinformation is not okay. And this power, this tool is in everyone's hands today. And it's only going to get worse by using these things such as VASA 1 or Deepface Live. This is really going to change the dynamic where we are really cannot believe everything in the world. And you're going to see adversaries, either that be from the countries or from the actual countries themselves, creating this content to create misinformation and disinformation. If you listen to any of my previous podcasts, you will understand that this whole misinformation, disinformation nonsense is going to get crazier. So this just adds a layer onto all of this. So you need to really think about this. You really need to take this in perspective in terms of, just as much as you can't believe your bank calling you on the phone saying someone broke into your account, you got to give them your credit card number. As much as you don't believe in that stuff, you also need to not believe the visuals you see on the internet. So you ask me, okay, Darnley, well, what do we do? Well, a very, very simple thing. Trust no one. That's my tip for you. Not because I love X-Files. I'm a fan of X-Files. And I wish I worked for that division of FBI. Not real, but you know what I mean. But working to improve your understanding on what's going on in the world. So that can help guard you against when you see or hear someone who you may know call you on video chat, and it kind of may look believable. As I always say, sort of like a little tip for you here. I know this is my coffee break and all, and if you want to actually listen to tips, you can go listen to my main content, not my coffee stuff. But anyways, is always create a passcode with people your friends, family, a certain passcode that you have to say in order to confirm. So if you're going on a trip somewhere else to maybe a second or third world country, tell your parents, tell your family members, whoever you trust, this is my passcode. If you ask me this challenge code, if you cannot give me this challenge code, then it's not me, basically, right? So those are types of things, and there's a few other tips I can go on, but I don't want to make this too long. But those are sort of tips that you can use to help protect you. So if you have children, if you have older kids, or you have people, friends or family going off in the world, just create this passcode, because in the event that someone notices this and use that against you, if you're a high net worth individual or if you're not, it doesn't matter. Your information is already out there. So simply using that passcode may help you and save lives, and most importantly, save you. Thanks, my friends. Now get back to work. Cheers.